on Piers Morgan. CNN Tonight, 9 Eastern.
Tyler Perry, he is the highest paid man in Hollywood, according to Forbes. Thanks to 5 movies he produced over the past 2 years and 2 TV series, Perry earned $130 million between May 2010 and May 2011. He's known for producing movies primarily for black audiences. But a growing number of critics in the black community take issue with Perry's work, including director Spike Lee.
Each artist should be allowed to pursue their artistic endeavor. But I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better.
Perry defends his material, saying that he shares a positive message. Listen.
Disarming, charming, make you laugh face, so I can slap Medea in something and talk about God, love, faith, forgiveness, family, any of those things, you know?
So is Tyler Perry's success a win for black Hollywood, and does it have further implications for racial politics? Joining us are finance professor Boyce Watkins and commentator Teray. Thank you both for coming on the show. Teray, let me start with you. You just wrote your book, Who's Afraid of Post-Blackness, What It Means to Be Black Now. Great book. We'll talk about that one in just a moment. But you've been saying that Perry doesn't really create a good product. I wanted to share a clip here along with our viewers, a clip from Medea Goes to Jail, and then get your reaction to it.
How you in jail because of what you did? Learn how to take some responsibility for yourself, for your own stuff. I can't stand folks want to be the victim. This person did this, that's why I'm this way. Everybody in this place got a story.
All right, so you look at that scene, Teray, it seems kind of positive.
Because I wasn't watching. Is it done? Is the clip done? Because look, Tyler Perry is one of, if not the worst director in Hollywood. He's willfully ignorant of the craft, and I can think of no aspect of the filmmaking craft that he excels at. Certainly not acting or writing or cinematography or directing or set design. He perhaps excels at marketing, but that's not really a filmmaking craft. But what is really dangerous about the product that he puts out is that he's celebrating a certain victimhood. I see this especially for Colored Girls, which was a fantastic play, but a horrible movie, and celebrating this victimhood and sort of telling black women that it's okay to feel like a victim and to wallow in the pain of your life. It's just a really horrible message. It's like cinematic malt liquor for the masses.
All right, let me get Dr. Watkins in here. I know that you think that Perry actually has a pretty good message here, somewhere in there.
Well, I've never had malt liquor before, but I will say that Tyler Perry, you have to be disturbed about any black man who makes that much money by putting on a dress. I mean, there's a historical context that has to be thought about. But Tyler Perry is not Lil Wayne. He's not giving some sort of prepackaged message for self-destruction or anything like that. At worst, Tyler Perry is... he has been able to ride a little bit of the Flavor Flav model of economic empowerment by sort of, presenting these characters that are a little bit problematic. But if you look deeper at Perry's message, you see that, these characters really are bait, as Tyler says. And when I analyze his movies, remember, I started off as a huge critic of Tyler Perry, but when I watched his movies, I saw what he was doing. He was using comedy to educate the masses. And then you have to even go further and realize that if you look at the country, and we have 17% black unemployment and all these other things going on, Tyler Perry's in Atlanta creating jobs. He's doing something that nobody else in black Hollywood has been able to do. So when you talk about victimhood, look at black Hollywood. You have so many actors and actresses complaining that they can't find jobs.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler Perry is creating jobs, which I think is a beautiful thing.
So, Teray, why do you think he's so successful?
Just one thing I want to point out, that drug dealers also create jobs, but we're not giving them credit for creating jobs. Just creating jobs is not enough.
But he's not a drug dealer, though. Come on.
Bad jobs. And, if he was
not a drug dealer.
But you can't argue, Teray,
Teray,
you can't argue with his success. I mean, he's had films open up #1 and #2, so why the success?
Well, McDonald's sells a lot of hamburgers. Does that make it good food or good for you? No. Tyler Perry is definitely serving an audience that is underserved by Hollywood. Especially black, southern women do not see themselves at all in Hollywood fare. So when he's serving them movies where they appear to be in situations that are naturalistic and recognizable to them and definitely have that Christian message, I absolutely understand why my grandmother, my mother, and my aunts love this stuff, and my family down south, why they love this stuff. I just can't watch it without cringing because I've actually seen good movies, and I know these are poorly made films.
All right, I want to switch gears here because we do have one other topic that I want to talk about with you guys before we run out of time here. Teray, in your book, you discuss how blackness has many definitions. It can't be boiled down to one thing. But then you have the Congressional Black Caucus saying that Obama isn't doing enough for the black community. So is blackness, do you think, being too narrowly defined here?
Well, I think there you see modern blackness at play in that the Congressional Black Caucus is arguing with and disappointed in Barack Obama, and they're not just going to support him, or he's not just going to support their agenda. We have the right and the ability to disagree in public, and it's not traitorous to disagree in public this way. But also you see Barack Obama cannot be seen to be a black president. He doesn't do the presidency in a black way. He does the presidency as a human being with his ideas coming from where he wants to come from. And he certainly can never be seen to be doing something special for the black community. So in that way, we kind of lose something with the Barack Obama presidency, where a Bill Clinton or even a George Bush, who put 2 black people in Secretary of State chair, they could do things for black people that he feels uncomfortable to be able to do.
Dr. Watkins, how much would you say that the black community matters in the next election and the president's relationship with the black community?
The black community matters quite a bit. I mean, we gave President Obama 1/5 of the votes he needed in order to be elected. I think that what you see really going on is a huge political education going on in the black community. We're constantly talking about this at Your Black World, and what I've seen is that the momentum has really shifted against the president, unfortunately. In the beginning, you had a lot of people who put their picture of Obama right next to Martin Luther King and Jesus, and now you've got people wondering why the economic situation for African Americans has gotten worse, while it's actually gotten a little bit better for white America. And everyone kind of goes back to 3 years ago when the president said that the rising tide will lift all boats when it comes to solving the black joblessness problem. But the thing is that we can't get to a point where we're so afraid and so ashamed of connecting to the black community that we continue to just neglect the black community. So I think that voices of dissent against the president are not traitors. They are simply democratic. But I think voices of support for the president are simply saying, look, we love you so much, we want you to succeed, but we need you to do a good job. And I think that's okay as well.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Dr. Watkins, Teray, thank you both for coming on. And I do want to mention as well that we did invite Tyler Perry to come on for this discussion as well, but he did decline our request.